So I feel like being a parent in the United States with its current state right now is really, really, really hard. I have never been so stressed in my entire life. Hi, Mia. And that's coming from somebody who is literally a military spouse, who has had multiple miscarriages. I've had horrible pregnancies with both my children. I've gone through a lot in my life, financial instability. We're still low income, but we've gone through like so much, and I genuinely have never felt this much stress. And it is because I know for a fact that nothing's in my control. The only thing I can do is control my actions, and my husband's kind of, like we can help each other with like advice and stuff and like come up with game plans, right? But we can't change the country, we can't make the government care about us. We can't make the government less corrupt. We can't change any of that, We can protest, we can sign petitions, we can talk about things, which we've been doing most of those things. I don't protest though, just because I have kids, but we can do these things. But at the same time, I feel like for the most part it's out of our control, and that really sucks. Why are you biting? She's biting my nail file. Don't do that. And I feel like it just makes everything even more stressful, because when I was going through all these horrible things before in life, I understood that like things were eventually going to get better. And I think what's so bad right now is that it's out of my control, and I don't know if things are going to get better. And I think that's what's really eating away at me right now, because this isn't just my future, this is my children's future, and I'm trying to raise them to be good people, and to love and respect everyone, and to just be a good member of society. And it's so hard to do that when you have people waving Yahtzee flags, like running down the street, and people saying that, people with uteruses don't deserve health care, saying that people who fall in love with somebody who happens to be the same gender as them, or same sex as them, they don't deserve to get married. And it's like dealing with all this hate around us makes it so hard to protect my children from that. And knowing that my children will also be targets of that hate because of their mixed race, and because of my son being autistic and ADHD, and if my kids end up growing up and telling me like I'm gay or I'm trans or whatever, I worry for that as well, because I don't want them to receive hate for being who they are, and that really scares me. And knowing that I can't fully protect them from these things is what really stresses me out. Do you need your nails filed? And I feel like this is turning into like a whole rant, but I feel like this is just so fucking hard, being a parent right now. It's just so fucking hard. And I'm trying not to let like the stress of everything else get in the way of my everyday parenting. But it's really, really hard to not do that, especially when we constantly have our phones on us and we can see everything, 24/7. But at the end of the day, I do know that the thing I can control at least is my decisions, and me and my husband can control our decisions, and we can, choose to protect our kids in whatever way that means to protect them, whatever plan that needs to be changed or modified or whatever, we can do that, and we can try and protect them as much as possible, and that's all we can do. And I just have to have faith in God that He'll protect us, and help make this world better, hopefully, and have faith in my parenting, that I'm gonna raise good people who will have love and not hate in their hearts. And at the end of the day, that's all we can do.